Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to my channel. Today's session is going to be very interesting for you. The reason being is that I'm going to cover vocabulary here, and the topic is sensing and remembering. As and when you talk about your past events, or you try to stir up your memories, I mean to say you are going to recall the memories, the incidents that might have taken place in your life, maybe sweet memories, maybe painful memories. You always find that you have a lot of emotions to express, but you lack vocabulary. Correct. So this session is going to help you how to express your ideas, your expressions, your emotions more vividly. I'm going to say more clearly. I welcome you once again. Let us start the discussion, my dear friends. The topic here is sensing and remembering. So I'm going to have a discussion on vocabulary, and the topic is sensing and remembering. Sensing and remembering. The first phrase that I wanted to discuss with you is such a good memory. Can you use it in a way that it makes your sentence more effective? For example, you're having a conversation with your friends and you're saying that just let me look into the past, and there are no such good memories that I should discuss with you, or my past is full of such good memories for which I need at least 1 hour to sit with you, like that. So you can use this phrase very meaningfully, depending on your facial expression. Also, when you are talking about your emotions, of course, emotions should also have a reflection on your face. Okay. Second phrase I wanted to discuss with you is long-term memory. So, like that, long-term memory, they can also be short-term memory. So certain memories can be for a long term, and certain memories cannot be for long term, they're just for short term. So like that, you can use it in a different way of differently in a wide range of the sentences. So you can also say that here this is a part of long term memory, especially when you're talking about a childhood. Suppose now you are somewhere, you have reached some middle age, so there's a much gap. So somewhere you can discuss the things when you are going to have the gaps of more years. You can talk about the long term memories, short term memories, depending on the significance, also what sort of memories that you have or that you would like to discuss with the others. Next phrase here is reminds me strongly. For example, I can say that the wall of school reminds me strongly. The wall of a school reminds me, I would say strongly reminds me. So that means something that makes me to think and to look into the past. I will be using this phrase there. Okay, so what the phrase is, reminds me strongly. Her face reminds me strongly the face of dash dash dash, someone else. So you can give the reference of using by using these phrases in your sentences. Next phrase here is memories fade. Fade means that you're losing memories. That means they become unvivid, unclear. You're losing partial information from them. So of course we do have memories, and the memories fade away. Fade means you are unable to recall the full picture. So that means it is partially available with you, and partially is actually removed from your mind. So you are not able to recall. So here you would say memories fade. Yes, memories of course fade, but depends on the events. If suppose if this was one of the horrible incident in your life, I'm not saying accident here, incident, of course you will never forget. But certain things, of course, we have to forget and we have to go ahead. Am I right? We have to proceed ahead in our life. So there you can say the memories fade. Memories fade in our life. Then I say short term, I discussed with you like long term memory and short term memory. You can use in the way you like. Something that you can give a reference in the sentences, and you can say that this is a long term memory or this is a short term memory. Am I right? Can I say that learning classes with Aryan Career Group was a short term memory, long term memory? It will become long term memory because it is going to have long term impacts on your life. Am I right? So just going to, because it is a life skill, you will not be able to forget your teachers, those who have made contributions in your career. You may forget a teacher who might have taught you mathematics, science just because you have joined a science background. Now you are doing a research in biotechnology. You might have gone for that discipline. There's a possibility. The person who has taught you biotechnology, am I right? Just who inspired you to explore this field more, and you are in the same field, of course, it will become a part of your long term memory. Are you getting? So please understand it properly. Next is painful memories. Painful means some incidents that have taken place in your life were not favorable, or I can say they were unfavorable. So I can consider them painful. memories for anyone. But don't take it negatively. I believe that the painful memories are essentially required to learn more, to make us a better version of ourselves. Actually, painful memories strengthen us more. I would say that. Okay, so let us take it positively. Next one here is sensed some tension between them somewhere. For example, you have entered into a room and you found that two persons, those who always sit together, they were not sitting together at that time. So you can see that I sensed some differences like that. I sensed some tension. I sensed some tension between them. So that means you can use such phrases in a situation where you are having some doubts. You are able to notice something, but still you are not clear what exactly happened here. Okay, so I sensed, she sensed, the teacher sensed a difference, the teacher sensed attention, something while the way you want to use, you can do it. So be more focused on the phrase. The phrase here is sensed some tension. So whenever I'm talking about tension, I should need to use a verb, and the verb is sense, sensation, sensing. Okay, between them. When I say that I remember it well, suppose someone asked me, do you remember that I was studying in your class, and suppose I'm at the age of 33, 35. I'm trying to recall, then I just remember that yes, there was a boy whose name was somewhere ending with this surname, then I can say that yes, I remember it well. Am I right? So if I'm asking, you're coming to my house after 2 years, so should I send you address? No, I remember it well. Am I right? So you can say that I remember it. Rather saying I remember it, use this word I remember it well. Your sentence will be more natural and effective. Next here is vaguely remember. Vaguely means what you understand by vaguely. I have also mentioned this word somewhere. This is not vaguely, it is vividly. Vaguely means unclear. It's not absolutely clear. Some doubts are there. So I can say that I vaguely remember your address. uh, I would request you to send me address because I vaguely remember. I may be knowing the directions, but I may not be able to recall house number or a particular location or a block in a society where you're living. So it depends there. Okay, so in what sense, in what way you're saying, you have to work on that before you make a speech somewhere. Okay, so what will you say? I vaguely remember. I vaguely remember. That means you remember something partially. You do not know exactly what the address was. You do not know exact name. Just you are putting a guess. So that is a situation. Then you should say that vaguely remember. I vaguely remember. She vaguely remembers my name. That means I'm thinking about it. Could be the probability, but she may not be knowing my name. Okay. Next phrase here is sensitive to heat or light. So I can see that her skin is sensitive to heat or light, something like that. It's very easy. Sensitive means some, you understand, sensation. Got it? Next here is stirring up memories. If I say that stirring up memories, that means I'm trying to go into the past. I'm trying to enjoy what did I do in my childhood, something like that. So that means it's, of course, I would say it gives immense pleasure. It gives immense pleasure to me when I stir up my memories. Similarly, if you do it, you will also be enjoying the day. Correct? But again, it is like looking into the past. We can enjoy, we can learn so many things from the past. So stirring up memories can also be very fruitful if you're looking into the past. What did you actually commit wrong in the past, or how to take the wise decisions? You are going to compare your decision that you're going to take in upcoming days, and you're going to have this comparison with the decision that you have taken place that you took in the past. Am I right? There can be such situations. So what the word here is stirring up memories. That means looking into the past, recalling beautiful days, somewhere that you enjoyed a lot, something like that. Okay, so you are recalling the memories. That's it. I can say stirring up memories. Next one is here is if I remember rightly. Suppose someone asks me, "What is my name? Do you remember?" I will say like this: if I remember rightly, you are Mr. or Miss or Mrs. dash dash dash. Okay, if I remember rightly. So here you can use this phrase. It will make your sentence very effective and meaningful. After that, the next phrase here is a sensitive or sensible person. Some of the individuals are very sensitive and sensible. I have written these two words intentionally because sometimes people take it in a different way. Sensitive, that means very sensitive. The person who responds immediately. If suppose you comment something, maybe in a positive or negative way, the person has a great influence of such words on him or her. If it happens, then I can say that a sensitive or sensible person, a person who is heavily influenced by the atmosphere, by the comments by the people made by the people. So in that way, I can say that do not comment on him because he's a sensitive person or he's a sensible person. Now, sensible may have a different meaning. Okay, so do not use in the way I'm giving examples. Please understand the actual meaning and then use them in a way or in a sentence structure, of course, depending on the overall idea that you want to give in one paragraph. Okay. Now, next phrase here is, my dear friends, distinctively, vividly, or clearly. Actually, it means the same. I vividly remember that. I vividly remember your name. That means I'm clear about it. That means I'm damn sure that what your name is and this is correct. Vividly, clearly. And earlier we discussed vaguely. Vaguely means it's partially available with me and partially I may go wrong. Correct? But distinctly, vividly, or clearly. I distinctly remember that I visited Goa last year. If I say that distinctly remember, that means I'm sure I visited last year. If I say that I vaguely remember that I visited Goa last year, that means I'm not sure about it. Clear? Vaguely means I'm able to look into the past, but still I do not have actual information and I might go wrong. Next phrase here is ridiculously oversensitive. If I say that something is sensitive and then I say that oversensitive, then automatically you understand the meaning. But when I say that ridiculously oversensitive means to such an extent that we never expect. Ridiculously. Ridiculously means something that we never expect. So if I say that she is or he is ridiculously oversensitive, so that means I want to say that he is somewhere oversensitive, or I can say that oversensitive. That we never expect people at at such a at such an age. So if it happens in such scenarios, we can say that be very careful while bringing up your children so that they do not become ridiculously oversensitive. Clear, it can be. I'm just giving one example, so never mind my difference. Okay, so this session was, I believe, you must have enjoyed it because I've discussed with you a wide range of vocabulary here. The words that I've discussed with you, phrases, are extremely beautiful. Or should I say that absolutely beautiful? I believe absolutely beautiful is better than extremely beautiful because I will be using extremely in some other scenario, not in a positive way. Let us recapitulate, let us recall what did we discuss in today's session. Number one, the topic was sensing and remembering. The first phrase I discussed with you, such a good memory. Second was long term memory. Third one was reminds me strongly. Fourth one was memories fade. That means you are not able to recall fully. It's partially forgotten by you. Short term memory like long term memory. Next we discuss painful memories. Painful memories are good to strengthen you mentally. And I would also say that if you really want to come out with your hidden potential, somewhere painful memories actually support you. Correct? Next one is sensed some tensions between them. Sensed means you are having some doubt, you entered some place and you feel like that something is wrong here. You are finding something is wrong because you are not sure what happened before you arrived there. So if it happens, then you need to understand. You can use this phrase, I can sense some tension. I can sense something wrong here. Like that. I remember it. I remember it well. So that means you're confident that you are able to recall something and you are confident about the information is absolutely authentic and accurate. So you can say that I remember it well. I remember your name well. I remember your name very well. But I will not be using very well. I'm happy with that sentence. I remember it well. Happy? Yes? Okay. Next one is vaguely remember. If I say that vaguely remember, that means I'm able to recall it partially. I do not have 100% accurate information. So that means vaguely, unclear. Or I can say not clear. Next phrase here is sensitive to heat or light. If someone is sensitive to heat or light, that means there may be some issues with his skin or some ideas or some mindset. It can happen with anyone. I can say that her skin is, but mainly I will be using a skin here. Her skin is sensitive to heat. Alright, her skin is sensitive to light. So that means she may have some allergy issues. It may be there a case. Next is stirring up memories. Stirring up memories means I'm looking into the past, I'm trying to recall something, and honestly speaking, I'm enjoying my old memories. Okay? Suppose if I look into my past events like I went to school, I'm able to recall few names who were my best friends. So that means I'm stirring up memories. I'm looking into my past memories, old memories, they are actually making me feel more pleasant. I'm enjoying them, but at the same time, some incidents may be there that might have taught me some chapters, and again, they're going to become potentially fruitful for me for the upcoming days while taking new decisions. Okay? Next one here is if I remember rightly. If I remember, it's a conditional sentence. If I remember rightly, you are dash dash dash. If I remember, you are Prince Crow. I'm using a name. Am I right? So it can be the case. So here you should say that this phrase, if I remember rightly. If I can recall your name, don't use it if I remember rightly. Okay. Next is a sensitive or sensible person. You understand its meaning I discussed with you. Is a sensitive person or something like that. Distinctively, vividly, or clearly. I distinctly remember that. I distinctly remember that you are like that. I vividly remember that. I clearly remember that. So better putting clearly, I would say distinctly is better than other two words. Last word was ridiculously oversensitive. Someone is oversensitive. I cannot write oversensitive in English in formal. I would say that he's ridiculously oversensitive like that. Thank you so much, my dear friends, for watching this video. You must have enjoyed a lot. I believe these words would have contributed a lot in your mind to express your past events to your old memories. So please always remember that everyone has emotions, everyone has some sensitive ideas to discuss with them. Respect their ideas, respect their emotions. But one more thing, that these emotions cannot be expressed until or unless you have effective vocabulary. Okay, so this vocabulary will help you immensely, but please note that you have to understand the whole scenario in which you are using these phrases. I've tried to explain these phrases in a way that they must be used. Do not make unnecessary changes with these phrases, they are absolutely natural. Okay, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I hope to see you soon in my upcoming videos, and I wish you a very happy new year. That's 2023. Thanks a lot. Enjoy learning with us. Enjoy learning with Aryan Career Group. Thank you so much.